right, so the last video talked about similar polygons, but there are a couple of kind of tricks with triangles. The first one is if two angles of one triangle, like I have here, I have two angles, are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. So without me having to really even do anything, I can look, and this triangle has 42 degrees, 82 degrees. This one also has 42 degrees and 82 degrees. So these have to be similar triangles. And that's just a rule for you to memorize. All right, so using what we know about similar triangles, we can do something called indirect measurement. It's when you use similar shapes to determine hard to measure distances. So I have drawn right here a flagpole and a road sign. Now, realistically, a flagpole is not going to be super easy to measure, but a road sign is pretty easy to measure. So I'm going to tell you that we measured the road sign and it's 6 feet tall. What is also fairly easy to measure would be the shadow that it casts on the ground. So the road sign makes a 9-foot shadow and the flagpole makes a 36-foot shadow. Now, all I have to do is then turn these into triangles. Look what I'm going to do. If all of a sudden I add a hypotenuse, these are both similar right triangles. They have congruent angles, and that means they have proportional sides. So now, just like we did in the last video, I can set up a proportion to solve for this height. So I can set up my fraction, and I can go either way. So I can do the height of the flagpole over the height of the sign equals the flagpole shadow over the shadow of the road sign. And then you cross multiply 6 times 36 and divide by 9. You get that your flagpole is 24 feet tall. Your proportion could be set up differently. If I did 6 over x equals 9 over 36, that's fine as long as it's consistent. All right, I'm going to draw one for you to try on your own. All right, here's my terrible drawing. I have a house, and I'm going to tell you that your house is 50 feet tall. And right now it's casting a shadow that's 12.5 feet. Over here we have an office building. We don't know how tall it is, and it's casting a shadow that is 50 feet. Set up your proportions and see if you can figure out how tall the office building is. Make sure you pause this video while you do it. And here's what I got. Your office building is 200 feet tall. Your proportion might look different than mine. I did height of the building compared to the shadow, and then I stayed consistent, height of the house over the shadow of the house. Yours might look different, but you should have still gotten the same answer.